Good morning. Thanks for joining us for the Journey Midweek Connection. Do you ever feel yourself physically cringe when a young person in your life approaches you with a difficult, controversial, or maybe even taboo topic? Do you want to find some bushes to jump behind or a room to duck into whenever you sense an awkward or an uncomfortable subject coming up? You simply feel frustrated, perhaps unwilling, to engage in a conversation about sexual identity, gender confusion, or the LGBTQ plus movement. Well, you're not alone. These topics have been historically and tragically avoided or even discouraged as no-fly zones in the Christian culture and community for many generations. But why? Why are these the things we do not speak of? Where does that come from, and what are we even afraid of? Because if it wasn't clear by now, these issues, they're not going away. Perhaps the things that we do not speak of should instead be the things that we do speak of. John Stonestreet and Brett Krunkle offer some incredible insights as to why we should engage rather than retreat from these conversations in their book, A Practical Guide to Culture, Helping the Next Generation Navigate Today's World. This is an incredible book. I know I'm really enjoying it, just getting a ton out of it, and I think you will too. Let's take a look at a couple of excerpts from the book and so dive into just a little bit more. It's more critical than ever that parents, church leaders, and mentors create an environment where kids can ask tough questions and wrestle with controversial topics. The ignore controversial subjects and they'll go away approach to raising kids won't do. It's just not going to work. In the information age, plenty of voices are willing to talk with our kids if we aren't. That should get our attention. They go on. The issue of trust is complicated only if kids think that so-called Christian authorities are untrustworthy. For example, children who find their difficult questions aren't welcome, they're not taken seriously, or even sufficiently addressed in church will look elsewhere for answers. That's a very sobering thought, because the world has plenty of answers to offer our kids that aren't Jesus, the answer that they truly need. So those two things alone should be enough to catch our attention and provoke us to action, to actually engage and do something about it. See, the truth is, most of us don't engage because we are afraid. We don't understand these issues, and we don't feel equipped to engage in these types of conversations. But maybe it's time that we did. Proverbs 4, 5, and 7 reminds us to get wisdom, get understanding. Do not forget my words or turn away from them. Get wisdom, though it cost all you have. Get understanding. We need to understand. We need to get in the game, and we need to engage. If you're ready to do that, if you want to get some wisdom, if you want to get some understanding about how to engage in these conversations with the youth in your sphere of influence, then join us this weekend at the Grove on Friday night or at men's breakfast on Saturday morning. Pastor Carl will be giving us some insight into some of the cultural issues our kids face today and how we can help navigate them. These events will also include a time for some Q&A and audience participation as well. So bring your questions because this is a conversation. I hope you will consider joining us for this conversation and choose to make these topics the things we do speak of to encourage, equip, and empower the next generation. Be strong and courageous, and have an awesome day.